God made you to be somebody great. How dare you shrink yourself for this world? A lot of times we as people think less of ourselves because of what others may say or how others may think of us, putting their limited beliefs onto us and try to project and say who we are when they don't really know anything about us. But in reality, God made us to be so much more than we even think we could be. There's so much potential stored in us, and we don't see it for ourselves until somebody points it out, or we prove ourselves wrong, or we even shock ourselves by doing something that we never thought we could even do. I'm sure at some point in life, you have sat there in the mirror, or you sat there playing the game, or you sat on the couch and you really thought to yourself, I want to change my life, and I want to reach these crazy ambitious goals that I see other people do on social media all the time. And me and you both know you're capable of doing it. The only person getting in your way of doing that is you. See, when we have these ideas about these ambitious goals that we want to accomplish, majority of the time we might think, oh, it's because of things that we see on social media, which can be a factor. Just because we see it on social media doesn't immediately mean that that's exactly what we want to do. When we really believe we can do those things, that's usually God giving us that confirmation subconsciously. You see, and to give a perfect example of this, you see people like Travis Pastrana doing crazy stunts for Red Bull. Yeah, logically, we as human beings, we can do whatever we put our minds to. We can do whatever we want to do. We can accomplish any goal we want. If you wanted to go skydive off a Boeing 17 plane with no parachute, sure, you could do it. No, given that you take the precautions to keep yourself alive. But that's not necessarily what you may really want to do. Just because you can do it don't mean you want to do it. When we see something like your favorite content creator hitting 1 million subscribers and buying their parents a home or buying a nice car, we see those things and we immediately think sometimes that, hey, I can do the type of stuff he's doing and I can put my own twist to it, and I could be as hot as he is on social media. I could be able to buy my mama a crib. I could buy my own whip. I could do whatever I want to do. I could do all that too. But the difference is between you comparing yourself to that person and comparing yourself to Travis Pastrana is you actually want to do what that content creator is doing. You actually want to do what your favorite celebrity is doing. And it may not be the risk factor and the danger factor. It might just be your calling. You see, there's a whole different plethora of people who have made it in certain avenues in life, yet you choose a specific one that resonates with you. Why is that? Because it resonates with you, right? It resonates with what skill sets you know you have and what you're capable of. These same skill sets and potential that God instilled within you. It's not a coincidence that you see certain stuff on social media that resonate with what you want to do. And it's not a coincidence that you see it at a right time, at a right place. I personally believe that is God giving us a message or talking to us in ways that only we can understand. You see, when you have that feeling, when you have that urge in your heart to do something, when you have that blaze or that fire in your heart to do something you really wanted to do, and you start seeing things in the world, whether it's in social media or in real life, that resonate with what you want to do, I take those as signs. And that's God directly talking to me on what I know I need to do. And I feel as though a lot of people think the same thing. I believe whenever we see these signs, that is God laying out the plan for us right before our very eyes. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in what other people say and what other people believe about you, even though it's not true. Why? Because when other people put their limiting beliefs onto you, it makes you try to think down on their level. See, a lot of people, they try to be realistic with themselves. But in reality, the only thing that's realistic is whatever you do and whatever you're capable of doing. Now, a lot of people use that excuse of, oh, I'm just being real, or I'm just being realistic. You know, it's hard to do this. The chances of succeeding in this is very low. Sure, it may be hard to do something, but that don't mean it's impossible. There's nothing impossible. There is nothing that God cannot do in general. And God made us in his image. So to me, the only thing that makes sense to me is there is nothing within this realm of existence that God has put us in that we cannot do if we don't put our minds to. I mean, we're made in his likeness. Why can't we accomplish that goal that only the top 1% of people can do? What sets us so much different from those people? What sets you different from the top NBA player? What sets you so much different from the top NFL player? What sets you so much different from the top #1 streamer, #1 content creator? 9 times out of 10, it's your mentality and your work ethic. there isn't much physical difference. Now, I know in sports, you got people who are made differently, built differently, 6'8", 230 pounds. Cool, I get that. But still, there are people that you know in the league that have been way smaller and still accomplish more goals than probably some of the biggest players in there. But I digress. The worst thing you could do for yourself is shrink yourself, because God has instilled so much potential into you. And the only reason that you haven't reached there yet is because you have not put in the necessary work to get there yet. Now, you could be working your way towards it. Good. And if you have been working your way towards it, it's likely that you've seen progress already towards yourself, towards your goals, and towards everything related to that. But if you haven't been working towards that, you would never know. All you have to do is take that first step. As I've said many, many times, you have more energy, more power than you think. You know, a lot of times you get up, you feel lazy, you don't feel like doing nothing, you feel like you don't have the energy to do something, you feel like you don't want to get up, you can't go outside, you can't edit that video, you can't spend a couple of hours in the gym, you can't, not hours in the gym. If you spend hours in the gym, you probably just bullshit, but I digress. But you know, whatever that extra task is that you feel like you can't do because you don't have the energy or you're not feeling motivated, 9 times out of 10, you can do it. You can do that and more. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people be in the gym and they think, oh, this is my last set. Whole time they really got 5 more sets in them. They're just not feeling up to it. Why? Because sometimes they have a limited belief in themselves. When you tell yourself you can't do something, your mind gonna believe it, and everything else gonna follow suit. Your actions, your energy levels, everything. It all starts up here. If you hype yourself up and you realize, you know what, I'm really a monster. I'm really like that. I really can't do what it is I said I can do. Your mind gonna follow suit, and your body gonna do everything in its power to get you to that goal. And then you're gonna start proving yourself right. And a lot of times, you actually gonna overachieve what you originally set out to do. You might set a goal that was up here, but your body and your mind is more than capable of completing a goal that's way up here in comparison. No. And that's the potential that God puts into us. That is the power and potential that he sets into us. And the only way for us to unlock that potential is to simply strive for it, work towards it. He already put it in us. He already gave us everything we need to get there. We just have to make sure we do our part in reaching that goal and reaching that potential and getting ourselves up to that potential. Goku always had the potential to become a Super Saiyan God. He always had the potential to reach the power of the angels in Dragon Ball. Yeah, I'm going anime with it. But if he would have never trained to put in the work, he would have never made it to Super Saiyan 3. But that wasn't his character. He put in the work every single time for the love of the game. He blended his passion with his purpose. Purpose of protecting his friends and family and Earth, and the passion of fighting and training and bettering himself. They collided, they merged, and that's why he's at where he's at now. And that's literally how life works. When you blend your passion with your goals, when that comes together, you get the best result that you could possibly present to yourself, which is your higher self, your max level self. And I don't even want to say max level, because whatever you think your max level self is, chances are you can still go higher than that. New Game Plus. Every time you set one goal and reach it, you got to set another goal. My goal on this channel is to hit 1,000 subs before GTA 6 drop. Chances are, if I stay consistent and if I keep putting in work and if I keep getting better with this craft, I might be at 10K before GTA 6 drop. Who knows? I know I'm capable of a lot, and I keep proving to myself that I'm able to do a lot, and other people see it in me, which is why I'm in front of this camera right now to remind y'all boys, you are a lot more than you think you are. You can do a lot more than you think you could do. Your potential is literally boundless. All you have to do is take that first step and keep grinding. There's nothing stopping you. Your only enemy is yourself and your limited beliefs. Get rid of those limited beliefs. Get rid of that negative talk. Speak positive on yourself. Stay in your word. Pray to God. Ask for guidance. And everything will follow suit. And with that being said, bro, I'm going to get up with y'all boys in the next video. I hope y'all took something from this video. I hope y'all really ingested my word And I hope y'all really took inspiration from what I'm telling y'all. I hope y'all really just understanding this game. I'm gonna get up with y'all boys in the next video.